This couple is the ceiling of America's robbers. I don't forget to do well at Christmas. Facing a 10-meter high courtyard She had wall. Just harnessed her horse to lift her husband up. He sat on her neck with a little snort. They're like total idiots. A wall that I had a hard time touching. With one great effort.
Oh, sorry.
Boy, what does that smell like? Oh, I see. She pulled her legs up and climbed. He dried the trousers he had just arrived with a little snort. Then she gave another little jump. After unremitting efforts, he finally climbed over the wall. He stepped on the kennel with the doghouse and break it to pieces. She turned her head. The gate was unlocked after all this time. His mind froze. After all we've been through, we can finally seal. But open the door and look. Good guy went to the wrong house. Shut the door and run. Then they fell into the swimming pool. The good guy goes to the wrong house. There's more going on at home. She began to complain that she had not gone to the wrong door. They would have done it by now. I mean, the two of them are in the Dodger world, but they also have their own principles. He won't stop stealing. He dressed up as Santa Claus. He came straight to the villa with his wife. No sooner had my foot touched the ground than I heard a squeal. I haven't even reached the door yet. His heart is unwilling. Get up and try again. He stood on the ice with his legs rolling. We're going straight to 70. One operation is as fierce as a tiger. Not a good record at first sight. It took 8 hours to get centimètres millimeters. And then an accident. He slid back 50 centimeters. No choice but to go through the back door. And that's when he was surprised to find that the owner of the house had a surprise for them. They are American gods. The man who stole the world. The local rich have a big surprise for them. Who can say no to a delicious chocolate chip on Halloween? He momentarily forgot his purpose. Pick up the cookie and pop it in your mouth. But here's what he didn't know. The gift had been carefully designed for him. Just 2 hours ago, the American thief stole from the wrong house. They were talking about stealing the next house. The plan was all heard by Biggie. The whole family at the villa. They all went to the island for Christmas. Only the fat pair forgotten at home. Stout stood on the balcony and listened to the whole thing. This time, he knew he was going to meet a human trafficker. I thought it was heaven out of my parents' control. I never thought I'd end up like this. To protect myself from the magic. Then the kid started wreaking havoc on the house. First, he took a squirt gun and sprayed it wildly at the door. And I built some ice skates on the eaves. Then he ran to the tool shed and picked up everything. Cut the handrail with a saw and put the gas into the manhole cover. I'm gonna put some crazy chili in the chocolate butter sauce. Smeared all over the stairs. After all this is ready, the kid comes out in full armor. At the door, he ate the cookies and jumped to his feet. He tried to make it spicy with milk but didn't realize it was hotter. In a panic, he jumped 800 meters. Dive into the snow and shove it in your mouth like crazy. He doesn't know what's going on. I didn't know there were more surprises to come. She had just put her front foot into the yard through the back door. The next thing you know, you're being chased by soda bombs. What did he try to explain as he dodged? But the child did not listen to him. In desperation, she had to hide in the kid's blind spot. But unexpectedly, standing right on top of a manhole covered with gasoline, he ran into the yard to put the water out. Fire who knows the water glass to go to the sky. He didn't even think about lying on his back with his legs in the air. The fire is out, but his hair was frozen hard. Like the Croods. At the same time, he finally entered the house. But as soon as the door closed, the alarm went off. He tried to press the code to disarm the alarm. I didn't realize there was a needle hidden inside. Kid standing on the stairs with his modified machine gun. He ignored his poor acting. One shot straight into the bullseye. Immediately after, he put Will's glasses on the fainting man again. When they wake up and think they're over a cliff. He tried to jump over the cliff, but there he was. Then she came along too. He tried to push the door in, but he couldn't. Afraid of godlike opponents, afraid of pigs-like teammates. It's a good thing he's a henpecked henpecken. She passed him and decided to go inside and explore. But the door opened. A large iron spoon hit his thumb. She gave a jerk of pain. The next second, my foot landed on a pile of blocks. She searched the room and there was nothing in it. Instead of chipping away at time, your national Dodger decided to tell the imp why he came. But the words are not yet out of my mouth. The angry American Dodger decided to go upstairs and grab but this butter is as smooth as Duff. She crept upstairs successfully. A small drawstring came into view. He paused curiously for a second. That's not the end. Finish her off. The kid rolled down from the second-story balcony again. Get ready to clean up the steel tape. Luckily, she got there in time and the kid was finally taken down. Until this time. Then at last, Chubby was able to listen to this couple.
We just want our doll back.
Original. The American thieves were also first-time thieves. They had an oversized house, too, in the Happy family. Unfortunately, he was recently fired. She can't afford to pay the mortgage on her own. They had no choice but to resell the house. But on this day, I saw it on the internet. Someone paid a lot of money for an ugly doll. And one of these ugly dolls happened to be in his house. He was very excited. I got up and went to look for the doll in the box. And the doll that was in the box 2 days ago. And now it's gone. He immediately thought of the other day when the client came to see the house. The client's child picked up the doll. So he took it for granted. It was the little boy who took his things. The little boy heard him very aggrieved.
I didn't steal that.
The couple looked at each other. So where is all this valuable stuff? Actually far away. In front of the doll in my nephew's hands. The grown-ups will always get it right this time. But a big mistake was made.